we just like on the screen now?
It'll go. It'll tell me when it's live. It should be live. It takes a few seconds for me to know when we're live though, because YouTube sucks.
Okay.
And then we're live, as far as I can tell.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Alliance live show. We're going to go ahead and discuss a few things here. I hope everybody's doing right. We had interesting weekend. Today, we're actually streaming from Ranger's PC because I'm having some technical issues with Mike. So we're going to go ahead and stream like this. I'm going to do Couch Ramon today. So I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you like my arm up like this, too. Very comfortable.
They can't really see you as well as they're used to because my setup's a little different.
Okay.
So if you want to go full cam, we can. I'm just doing game stuff in the background. There you go. Now everyone can see.
No.
Now we got the full chair. We got full chair Ramon there. There we go. Full screen. The full Monty right there.
No, we don't got to do all that. But I'm saying I just wanted to say, just relaxing on the couch, doing this thing. I hope everybody's all right with that. So I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Again, having some PC issues, so we're going to do it this way. I'm just glad that we're able to stream. I wasn't able to do it last week, so I wanted to make sure that we get one in this week. And I hope everybody's having a good weekend. So first and foremost, Ranger, of course. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Just got done with my GAC stream, and then you're like, "Help me, Ranger. You're my only hope." I'm like, "Okay." But we've done this many times for other streamers. We don't mind helping out. So there you go.
Very heroic, very helpful. Sir Loki says, "Where's the stream?" I guess, but he's in. Oh yeah, he's in. He probably just doesn't know we're on. Wait, he does know. Wasn't he just in here a second ago?
I don't know.
No, I'm here. Anyway. I'm just asking where the stream is, though.
It's on my channel.
I like to follow the chat.
It's on my channel.
Which one?
YouTube, yeah. Which actually I gotta.
I'm checking. I hope it's live on the right one.
Sure.
Someone verify that for me because I don't know. I can only do.
No, we're good.
Okay, good. I would say, goddamn, I'm a miracle worker, but yeah, we're live. There we go. Yeah. Continue with your introductions there, Ramon. This is all your show. I'm just streaming for you.
Sorry, it booted me from my my earbuds. Okay, because it's weird. So anyway, so let me just get back to this. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
So weird that this is working like this. Let me take the buttons. So anyway, we're with RangerJ1999, of course. We're also joined by good old Maurice. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, man. What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. A little bit different today. Some technical difficulties, so we're going to do the best we can. I'm going to get these buds, trying to get these buds working. Because I got disconnected there.
I think we're good now. Okay, so hopefully that worked. But also we're joined by the lovely Avinash. How you doing, Abby?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Excellent. So yeah, these earbuds aren't going to work. I'm just going to go ahead and put them away. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. There was a time in life where I made all my videos just like this, talking into a cell phone in a car in my driveway.
Yes. It wouldn't show my face. I would just record with a little screen recorder. I had my little logo on the side. And then eventually I stepped up my game and I bought a Yeti microphone, right? And I plugged it into my cell phone. And then I plugged a Star Wars gaming headset that I had for Xbox into the Yeti headset. And I used that to hear my own voice when I talked into the Yeti. Yep. And that's how I did videos for like a year. So it was pretty good. Also, we're joined by Loki. How you doing, Sir Loki?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good.
Oh.
So let's dive into some Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So, I mean, how are you guys feeling about this new game mode now, the Galactic Conquests?
Um,
Now that we've had a little bit of a chance to kind of, try it out.
I think some of the feats are, I think, a little bit too much, but I kind of wish that they would kind of stick with a normal mode all along. I don't know what the hard mode's going to be. I mean, I'll probably be really frustrated with it, but it's like we're combining the Galactic War with Galactic Challenge, and that's fine and great, but it's pretty long. Although if you get it completed quickly, but anybody who has more than one account, oh my god, it sucks. It sucks.
You have done that yourself, Abby.
Oh, well, it's like it's like, oh yeah, you guys, have more than one account, have fun. This will be great. You won't be bored. Oh wow. Oh my god. It was like, oh geez, trying to get all of them done
Go on.
by this time. But it was kind of exhausting, but there's a lot of feats that I didn't do. I still maxed out on everything, but I didn't do some of the feats because it was just kind of ridiculous, and I didn't want to have to think that hard. I just wanted to do it. In looking at the rewards, I really think that they should change the rewards a little bit. And for 2 weeks of work and not being, or I should say, having it 2 weeks long, there should be more rewards associated with it, frankly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks long seems
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't know. I'm still trying to do this headset thing. I'm trying to navigate this this phone situation, and it's just terrible. So,
All right, Lucky, don't be going over on Twitch and doing your goddamn hot dog thing. I'll delete that damn thing right immediately.
Okay. I'm done. I gave up. No more earbuds. Okay, I'm just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Anyway, so what about you, Gom? What do you think about it so far?
I like it. I mean, we'll see what everybody thinks come next week, right? Like, the hard is really a place where you test your roster. You get to use all these obscure teams that you might not use otherwhere, like anywhere else. Like Mon Mothma, you could use. Mon Mothma's really good. The Bounty Hunters are really good. Like all your B teams, if you take the time to mod them and build them properly, they're really going to help you out. You're going to need them, because if you just want to use Supreme Leader Kylo Ren for every match, you're going to spend a small fortune, in crystals, recovering stamina, and things of that nature. I think, like anybody with more than one account is not going to like it. That's just the way it is. It is semi-time consuming. It can be, but the energy is 15 to battle. Like you can just get in there 2-3 times a day, pick it apart, if you want to. I mean, I don't think it's overwhelming. I think if you want to get that red crate in hard, it's going to be a challenge for sure. Anybody under 7 million GP is probably gonna have a real hard time with it. Completing it all the way to the red task, and I think people like myself, I got 7.7. I know Loki's even higher than me. It's going to be a challenge to get all those feats that Avinash is talking about done. Like it's going to be tough. You're at the 3-star of the battles. You're gonna have to get all the way to Sector 5. Sector 5 is full of nothing but R8 characters. Like it's
right.
It's going to be a challenge. And
now, did you do some of the hard battles when you were testing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I could get through it, but that was with infinite resources and just pretty much me refreshing my Kylo Ren over and over and over again. Just because we do it so quickly, right? Like, I'm not. We're going there testing it, especially with us making these videos and stuff. I wanted to have a good grasp on it, so I just kind of spammed it. I just went through it as quickly as I possibly could, and they're okay. I mean, they're okay. So, you're going to get some. I think you get some. I know you get some 6A kind of relic or the mod materials. I don't know about Relic 8 stuff. I don't know if that's in there or not. I don't remember. Because the test build we had is imported by account and just went. Like there was no. I didn't really care what the rewards were per se, but they changed a lot too. So it's. I think it'll be interesting. I think we're all getting some Razor Crest shards. I guess there was some confusion whether or not you could buy Razor Crest from the Conquest or from one of the vendors. Apparently you can. I didn't know if that was a misspeak or not, but apparently you can. So I imagine the hard mode might have a couple more options for you. I guess just one of them was supposed to have it normal. We were all getting 4 shards or something. And of course, the crates themselves have all the Razor Crest shards. But I was on Heinz's last, I guess, about a week and a half ago now, and Fulbright was on there, made a good point that it's cool now, it's fun now, but let's get everybody's opinion on it in 6 months. You know, once you have the Razor Crest 7-star, if there's not some new chase in there, it is going to get to be a bit of a tax. Like, it's already getting to the point now where I miss assault battles just because I don't have time. You know, like GC
Right,
is
yeah.
time consuming. So we'll see how important they are moving forward.
I think that's the big thing with Conquest with me, is that there's like so many other things that are time consuming in itself, like the assault battles, the GC in some cases, not all of them, but in some cases. Then you've got, like, in the middle of that, you've got your like light side territory battle or your TW, and it's just really kind of time consuming, and having to do all those feats, and some of them are pretty hard to do, just kind of kills it for me a little bit. Besides the fact that I have to do it more again.
Well, I think that's what's affecting you the most, Abby, is you're having to do it multiple times. Having done that with the Grande shit. Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing, because I love Conquest. I think it's a blast. I think they knocked it out of the fucking park. I think that they did a brilliant job with this. There are some things obviously they need to work on. I think they should have the gear a little bit lower for people that are lower GP to get in there. I thought the feats were fine. I think the other big issue, and I know Loki can talk about this, that we brought up, is the RNG on the data disk. I think that if you get the good data disk at the beginning, it really opens up a lot of possibility even for weaker teams. If you don't, then if you don't have a really good roster, because I'm only 6.7 and I had no problems, right? I think that it makes it very RNG dependent. And, you know, going into hard mode, I'm kind of wondering, I do have a lot of relic 8s, I do have a lot of relic characters, but how's it going to play in hard mode, and what will be the data disk like? So those are two of my observations. Loki, did you want to talk about that as well? I mean, you've been very vocal about Conquest.
No, you said it all, man.
Thanks for playing, Loki. You suck.
You got it.
What do you think about it, Loki?
To be honest, like, this whole lull, I guess, when you're done with it, and then we're kind of just waiting another 10 days for a loot crate, it just feels like there's a lot of downtime.
I agree with that. Yeah, I haven't made that
so
point.
To add to what Ranger mentioned about the RNG with the data disk is I mean, here's the deal, right? I wanted to finish it day one, and I was able to finish it day one. I refreshed my energy. I did one of the 400 refreshes. So I went through all the 50s, the 100s, the 200s, and 400, and I got it done. I just said, because I'm a fucking whale, man. You know, it is what it is. Sorry. But you know, but here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. And I'm hoping hard is really hard. And this is why, this is what I'm getting at, is I had really good RNG with data disks. I think I mentioned this before on our other streams, is I was able to complete sectors 1, 2, and 3 with Mon Mothma, with Night Sisters, and with Sith. Like, those are the teams I used. I didn't use any of my meta teams yet. And this was because the squads that I had, the relic levels I had, the mods I had, and more importantly, the data disks were carrying me through all these battles with 10, 20, 30% stamina characters. And I don't know if that's correct or not, but I was able to stretch my C and D squads, if you want to call them that. Mon Mothma, I mean, is like a good B, squad. But what I'm getting at is Mon Mothma is one leader. She has 9 other rebel fighters with her, and you can make 2 teams with her, and all you need for her to do is enter the battle with 1% stamina. And then she gives all the leader ability and all that stuff. And you can carry your you can basically do conquests with like 3 squads if you have the right data disks in a day. You know what I'm getting at? So I didn't use my Galactic Legends until Sector 5. And it was because I had the right RNG, like what Ranger mentioned. I talked to my other guild mates where they said, well, I didn't get the right data disks until Sector 4. So yes, they were struggling 2 and 3. It was difficult to get the feats, like what Avi's saying. because some of those
Mhm.
feats are dependent on the certain data discs that you have. So I mean, I'm worried because if we go into hard mode, and for me, if I don't get the right data discs, I'm going to be frustrated. And I can totally see them making hard, like the assault, the assault battle, Night Sisters versus Sidious, right? I mean, that's like the worst one ever. And I can't even do that assault battle. I'm not even going to try it. And I can totally see them doing that to Sector 5 on every single battle. That your team has to have quickening and leaders resolve. You got to make your team like 500% faster for it to go before the Relic 8 team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna, I'll be brutally honest. Is you're gonna get a lot of frustrated whales saying that they can't even complete a single battle in Sector 5 simply because their team can't go first. So your experience is really dictated on what discs are dropping. And last thing I'll add is what Gom mentioned. If we truly have Razor Crest shards along the journey, so Riemann, I don't know if you saw the map, but you pick a pathway, and then you have the Jawa scavenger store, and then you have the data disc store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I dread is, do you go for the Razor Crest shards, which are probably in the scavenger store, or do you go for that data disc that's at the other store? And you have to pick those difficult decisions along the way. And I'm totally dreading that right now. And we'll see next week how it unfolds. So,
well, I'm going to let a lot of you guys play the hard mode first and kind of report back on that, because I'm seriously not sure if I want to do the hard mode when that comes out at the very first anyway, simply because my mind just isn't with it at this time. And I'd like to know how hard it really is and what the frustration might be with you guys. My highest account is 8.2. The next one's like 8 million. And then the one below that is 7.5. So, I mean, with work, I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but do I really want to go through the frustration of hard mode?
Go ahead.
You guys are such whales. It's crazy. All you guys are such whales.
What I would suggest to anybody is, even if you're going hard, just wait, sit back and just hang out. Don't join, or join if you want. I don't care, but just don't do anything until you watch somebody like Arnold, like Urza, like Cubs, anybody. Maybe I don't know. Loki seemed to burn through the normal. It's just the guys that are willing to go in there, spin the crystals, see how far they can get, because there's going to be some little unspoken world's first hard clear, right? Like it's not like competition per se, but I guarantee content creators that go for
which
it.
is not a big deal with me. So if just Loki goes through it, I'm gonna like say, message Loki, I want to ask you, how is it?
Well, because what's going to happen is like I got good RG, I got 2 cooling systems, I got all the buffs I need, I got a whole bunch of quickening, I got a whole bunch of decay, all the good stuff, all at the beginning. What's going to happen is I think people are going to go through knowing what they know from normal, pick those particular data discs. Like I could have 30% cooldown reduction, and as many buffs as I want to basically reassure I get my abilities every single time. That's working so well in normal because you're going first, right? Like that's why it's working, because you go and the other team never goes. But now if you get to Sector 3, 4, and 5, and all of a sudden you have to use characters like Moff Gideon at 370 speed to go first, you might want to change up your data disc plan, because if the other team just goes 75 times and kills your whole team, like the odds, that thing the Rebels gets, I'm telling you guys, if you go against like Sector 3 or 4 of those Phoenix teams, Sabine gets a turn, she will kill you. Like you're dead. Like if Sabine takes a turn and just
turn,
you're dead. You're gone. And same thing with any of the Rebel teams. The Rebel teams
I did not get any good data discs until the 5th sector. I was struggling until Sector 5, and when I started getting a couple of decent ones, and then I was able to go back and get some of the feats done. But man, everybody was taking screenshots in my guild, all their cool data discs, and I'm like, dang, I don't have any of that stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I actually, and this is kind of contrary to the way I feel about most things, but I really like it. I think it's really cool. I think it's an opportunity for you to get additional rewards. I think the rewards are cool. Like it's interesting. It's not like just stupid pieces that you're just not gonna be able to. You're just gonna accumulate and just you don't care about. I mean, like there's actually an ability to gain shards for a ship, and it's actually a cool ship. I'm saying? It's not like some.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool. I mean, there's a chase. There's something to go after. That makes it interesting. I mean, my biggest problem with GAC was the rewards. I just feel like, who cares? These rewards are terrible. I mean, with this, at least there's something to chase after. And maybe you're right. Maybe a year from now, this is kind of a moot point, and everybody has a 7-star Razor Crest, and now we're just getting shard shop currency. But maybe they'll make an adjustment. Maybe they'll add another ship or another character or something else that we can go after at that point as an alternative. You know what I mean? So, we'll see how they handle that moving forward. But as a whole, from what I've seen so far, I'm very optimistic about the situation. I think it's one of the better additions to the game. I think it's very good, especially considering it's a PvE, edition, because it's not guild related. It's not there's enough pressures right now in this game for guild related content. I mean, everybody's got people breathing down their neck to make sure they do everything they need to do for the guild. To add more stress, I think would be a bad thing. This is just something that's like, more of an individual achievement, so that's pretty cool. Honestly, the initial impressions seem to be positive from most people that I've spoken to about it. So I think it's a nice addition. There's definitely some interesting things that are going to happen here with the hard mode. But again, for most people that aren't going to be even really worried too much about that, the fact that you're able to accumulate some shards and able to kind of work your roster. And try some different things, be able to, actually use it as almost like sort of a semi-sandbox mode to try out some different teams, if you like. I think it's pretty interesting, because, I mean, you can't really do that in Galactic Wars anymore. Galactic Wars used to be that, but then eventually Galactic Wars became just, basically an irrelevant battle, just something that passed the time or something that you sim, but now you have some meaningful content to play with, and I'm very, very, very excited about that. Very optimistic. So we didn't get to discuss this last week, and we'll circle back around to talk a little bit more Galactic Conquests. Because that's a big thing, but I just wanted to get your guys' initial thoughts on the Dark Trooper, because we didn't have a show last week, so we didn't really get to talk about it.
Right.
Ranger, what do you think about Dark Trooper? Or Abby, you go first.
I was gonna say I haven't really had a chance to play with him yet. I got him to 6 stars. But that's it right at the moment, and I just haven't had the opportunity to try them out yet.
What about you, Ranger? What do you think about Dark Trooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good character. However, when they changed the packs back to 5s and 7s, they lost me.
Yeah, I agree. I just didn't take it up that high because I saw that they changed it back to 5s and 7s.
They got greedy again?
Yeah, they got very greedy, and I'm just not having it.
It's a cool character. That's why they got greedy. They're like, listen, guys, people are going to buy this character.
No, they're not really.
It's not Rose Tico. This is Dark Trooper.
I know, but it's kid's good, but is it worth $350+? Not in my eyes. No, if I need it for Bo-Katan, I will. But
they're very aware that Trooper characters sell, right? Like they're very aware that people buy.
What are you basing that off of?
Basing that off of conversations that I've had with EA and Capital Games. You know what I'm saying?
That may have been true. See, here's the thing. I think the reason why this is not the case this time is because they set all these other characters where you're getting them for $150, right? With Quill, IG, and stuff like that. I spent. Right, but if you go back to the way it was before, after you've had this going on for a while, and then go back to the old system, like, well, sorry guys, that just tells me they're desperate for money. And two, even though the kit's really good, it turns me off because like I do not want to spend $350. I think the kit's really good, But no, it's and I think they've lost some people on that. It's like, no, I just was spending, I don't mind 150, 200, but you're going to make it 350, 400, kiss my ass, you know? So, I mean, people are going to spend, but I think there's people like myself that will spend if it's reasonable. They lost. And so, I mean, I think it's going to bite them in the ass. I really do.
Yeah,
That's
I had a couple of good shard hits, which is why I got it to 6 stars. But I'm not. There's no way I'm going to spend money to take it all the way with like only getting 5 or 7 shards.
If you remember, the initial like onset price hike from back in the day was the transition from the Erodium packs to the Citadel pack, right? Way back in the day, the Citadel pack was that pack that had Death Trooper and that had Death Trooper and Krennic in the same pack, and you had to get both of them at the same time, right? And that's where they knew, like, again, people were going to want Death Trooper because that's a cool new character. People love troopers. They love Death Trooper. They love a black trooper. Very cool looking. It was a cool, there was a lot of hype about the character from the movie. And then, you know, they made you have to buy Krennic with him. Not saying that people wouldn't want Krennic, but they basically made that pack super ridiculously expensive. And I think there were people that spent like $1,000. Remember what they did with Baze too? They made Baze cost like $1,000 because
they put him in the chromium and like had his drop rate like stupid low. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you just weren't getting it. Like in any of the packs, it was pretty bad.
And then they put him in the shard shop like a week later, like a month later.
Yeah, everybody was. I remember people being so pissed off. I just laughed.
Baze Malvins. I got basically a 7-star Baze Malvins in the shard shop like a month later, and I remember a guy on my shard like spent like $1,000 to get a 7-star Baze. Anyway, I what I'm saying is that the initial price hike from back in the day was that Citadel pack. And I feel like they have this, like they just believe that troopers sell, and they try to, you know, I'm not saying that that's exactly why this happened, but I can understand why you're upset about it. I mean, there is they've gone through many iterations of this cost scenario, and you know, they use data to see what people are going to spend, but I feel like what they did before, making the characters more affordable for the average whale, right? Like not necessarily a mega whale, but somebody who's like a dolphin, you know, or you know, a little bit more than that. Now they can, you know, take a chance, buy a character, especially a cool character like Dark Trooper. I mean, like, you know, be able to buy that character for $200. That's a pill I can swallow. You know
But it's not $200.
How much was it? $150?
Well, the ones previously you get about $150. Maybe
Yeah.
This is the new
170.
marquee. It's about 300.
Yeah, these are 300 minimum. But they also too, the other dynamic too that's different too is why your people are more hesitant on the gear and stuff is the gear, right? Because these gear on these characters are just outrageous, right? And so it's a new dynamic from the days back when, yeah, people may love the character, but this is not Bo-Katan or something like that. So it's, you know, some people will spend, but when you set the price point lower for just the shards, because the gearing has gone up so much in the price point where you have to spend a fortune. It's not just, getting the 7 stars is one thing. And then if you don't have the gear, especially the Chirotechs and stuff, which, you know, they lied about that, you know, and I've been giving CG nothing but props, but the Chirotech thing, making life easier, was bullshit. And they can say whatever they want, and it's straight up bullshit. It was another gate lock on gear, which was already bad enough with the gear that's there. But some of these new characters and their gearing, holy shit. I mean, it is bad. So on
tell you, they can't get enough of them stun guns. I tell you.
That's right, I say. That's got me going mobster over here. I'm getting pissed. That's right, Ivy. Yeah, fuckers. Yeah.
Well, that's the real thing about these characters now is, I mean, like, you know, they're first of all, they're irrelevant at anything less than 7 stars, right? So it's like, you know, there's no reason. I mean, like, there used to be a time back in the day where, you know, you could buy a character to 5 stars or 4 stars, and that was okay enough.
That was good for quite a while, yeah.
Now, you know, you can't even you can't even put the Gear 12 plus pieces on, or the Gear 12 finishers, unless the character's 7 stars, and you definitely can't relic them, obviously. So it's one of those things where I mean, for $150, like Ranger's saying, that's a pill I can swallow if I'm a dolphin. You know what I'm saying? But when you charge $300, $400 for a character, you're now creating another tier of whale, right? Like that's going to be only somebody like maybe like a Sir Loki that's going to go buy that, like somebody who's really got the money, who's somebody who's going to spend the money on the game, who invests heavily into the game. There's people that are in between there, like people that are like kind of more like, and I'm not calling out Sir Loki specifically, but I'm saying in general, like people who invest, they're competitive in the game, they're going to spend that money. But there's another level, there's another tier. There's people that spend money, but they don't spend that kind of money. They spend like somewhere in the middle, based on the budget that they can afford, and they're kind of priced out with some of these things. So I agree with you. I think that they need to stick with that. I think that $150 price range is about right. Anywhere from $150 to $200, like that's, even though that's still a lot of money for a digital character, I still think that's especially now that the real benefit from the character doesn't come from the star level. I mean, having a 7-star character is almost irrelevant now. You need to have a 7-star character that's relic 8, relic 7, which is, you're talking about a lot of gear, a lot of time, a lot of investment.
Mm-hmm.
The money to buy the character is almost irrelevant at this point. It's more about the other components, the relic pieces, the gear that you need, and the gear requirements now are just absolutely ridiculous with these Chirotechs. You know what I mean? So it's you could spend months gearing some of these characters. So you could spend the money, spend $300, get the character to 7 stars, and now you're still sitting there with a 7-star Gear 11 character that you can't use, unless you spend more money. So
the character himself, I mean, he's great. He is super duper, but he is unnecessary.
I'm just gonna go get a glass of water. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Gom. What were you saying about the unnecessary part?
He's a great character.
Yes.
Fantastic character, unnecessary. Like, there's so many Imperial Troopers in the game now. Like, newer players, like, there's no reason they should be chasing the Imperial Remnant tag at this point.
Right. At least at this point. Yeah, exactly.
I think if you have all the toys, like if you already have Moff Gideon, you got Stormtrooper, you got Death Trooper, then yeah, he's a little more valuable to you. But if you don't, he's a great plug-in for an Imperial Trooper team. But all the other characters are free. They're free. There's no Chirotechs in them. I mean, how long have we used Veer's, Veer, Stark, Range, Death, and like Snowtrooper? We use them for years, and now we got Piet. The team's way better. I would definitely go for Piet, but there's plenty of other Imperial Trooper options that still function great. So I mean, will he be needed for a future epic confrontation, hero's journey, whatever? Probably. Galactic Legend, probably.
Probably, yeah. But it's down the road. It's not something that people don't have to have. The new shiny right off the bat. Sometimes they just want to have it to have the collection, or they want to have it because they want to be like one of the first people that get it.
Oh, the character's nasty, like very, very good. But just I was watching some things Klesto was doing with it, and it was pretty cool just to see. Beats a lot, beats a lot of stuff. Makes troopers. I mean, he can just mollywop at sea. It's pretty cool to watch. But he's what I'm working on, but I'm not in a huge rush, right? Like I don't like, because if I do him, like let's say I get Death Trooper or Dark Trooper and buy all the gear, get him to Gear 13 and Relics, then I have to do Moff Gideon, then I have to do Stormtrooper, then I have to do Death Trooper, then I'm gonna need a 5th, another support. I mean, so Range Trooper, Stark, Piet, somebody else to go on that team. The leadership is okay. It's a pretty good leadership, but you got to have all the pieces for it. So Moff Gideon's. But I'm interested to see what guys like Loki, what guys like Klesto, some of the guys that have him do with him. He's very dynamic, very, very cool. It's like BB-8 or B1 on steroids, kind of. It's just he's annoying. It's a lot of fun. A lot of really, really fun character.
All right, I think Ramon's getting some wah-wah. Getting some wah-wah. I don't know. I if I have to get him, I will. But I mean, You know, it's just it's Jesus. I just want, you know, because I've gotten every new marquee that's come out since they did the Vader rework. Monmouth, Chupio, Piet, Gideon, IG. I mean, I've got all of them, right? But this one, I was just like, no, I'm not doing it, man, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get an astronomical ton of Swevens, and I can't stand Swevens. I'd rather stab myself. So I just not. All right.
Aww.
Well, in like the Conquest mode, this past time had the Mandalorian characters in it, like in the Conquest store itself. Yeah. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that once he's out a little bit, the Imperial remnants will go to that same Conquest store. Right. You can buy some Moff Gideon, you can buy some, you know, Stormtrooper if you need him, Dark Trooper, and we still don't even know the 5th, right? I mean, right. If you're kind of on the fence whether or not to buy him, the pack's still there for 3 weeks. Like, just let's see who the 5th is, then maybe make your decision.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking about. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait.
So, unless of course the 5th is some, you know, galactic legendary character sort of event, then that would be nasty.
That would be disgusting. That would be nasty.
Well, that's another good point too. If you're going for the Imperial remnants and you're considering Moff Gideon's lead, I would still wait on the 5th, because if it's another leader, then you're gonna have a decision to make. You don't want to do what the majority of us did with Lightside Bastila, and like her leadership's really good, but Jedi Rebels is way better, right? So we all finally got a Jedi leader and put it all Bastila. It's like, bam, here's a better one. Like 1 month later, you know. So I'll just sit on stuff till we see the 5th. Very good character.
Speaking of Bastila, Minato asks, is Ranger on, or is he still trying to find excuses as to why his Bastila isn't relic yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there someone of importance that was we were talking about?
Minato says, "What's up, Mike Yench and Lord Megatron? What's going on, guys?" So you kind of feel that the character's unnecessary. Loki, what do you think about the Dark Trooper? Is Loki there?
I like it.
I think it's great.
Dude, I love it. I love this Dark Trooper. He's my favorite character.
Gee, I don't even have to say anything.
I love the Dark Trooper.
You already know my answer, man.
What do you think, Loki?
That's exactly what I think. I think
no,
if you're gonna wail, you wail on him, and enjoy your prize, man. You know, the bigger question is you know, Gom mentioned you know, newer players. You know, my advice to newer players now is, if you're gonna farm Imperial troopers, you know, I would question going after Range Trooper. I would question going after Stark. Because I would just go after Veers, Piet, Moff Gideon, Death Trooper, and Dark Trooper. Now that's the team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which people.
That's the freaking team. I feel like a fool going for Snow Trooper now.
Yeah,
right.
Oh, me too. I got a relic.
I
got a relic. I got a relic Snow Trooper that sits on the bench and does nothing. So.
But that's all we had for the longest time. It wasn't until recently, until like last August, where we got.
No, I have not had a relic 5 or 6 Snow Trooper for the longest time.
No, but I mean, that's all we had. No, but my point is, like, we didn't have Piet or Gideon or any of these characters, right? You know,
So Riemann, going to your question, any tune that enables you to beat Galactic Legends is a must-have. It's a must whale. If I were to look back, I would say I would regret BAM and I would regret Armor right now that I guess I wailed on so fast.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm not a big
those
Armor
two tunes
guy,
are pretty useless in my
opinion. Other than using her against for another Galactic Legend, I'm just like, I never use her except in raids. It's like, God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, Armor is good for phase 2 of the Heroic Rancor. That's about it, you know, or the Challenge Rancor. Sorry, but no, man. Dude, I got a Trooper team that beats Rey right now. Like, that's how good they are with Dark Trooper.
Rey.
I got a Trooper team that beats SLKR. I have a Trooper team that beats C. The only Galactic Legend he can't beat right now is JML, because he does efflux turn 1. That's the only reason. If you can figure out how to manipulate the AI to not do efflux turn 1, you can beat JML with it too. So that dude's nuts. He's a nut. I mean, so long story short, if you can tell me that this new tune will beat 3 Galactic Legends, yes, I'm gonna wail on it.
That's if you got the other ones to go with it. You need Piet, you need Gideon to make that shit work, though.
Sure. I'm good with that. We've had those already. So I'm upset I don't use range trooper anymore, and I'm upset that I don't use snow or
I can't
magma
not use
or
range
whatever.
trooper.
You know?
Range trooper is my dude.
Yeah,
The
Yeah.
only ones that I don't, I was just looking at my Imperial Troopers on my main account. The only ones I don't have relicked is Magma Trooper and Dark Trooper. Those are the only two. All the rest of them are R5.
I'm a big fan of Death Trooper. I think Death Trooper is the coolest looking one.
He's a really good character. He's a really
See,
good
and
character.
he's usually the one I have sitting on the bench.
How could you?
He's a must.
He's a must.
That dude is so good.
I
He's
have
the only
him,
guy
though.
with Death Mark, right? Like you can throw Death Mark anywhere,
He
right?
stuns, he dazes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's-
ability cooldown.
Death Trooper's fantastic, Death Trooper. But what I'm saying is it like just I'm talking about aesthetically. Besides the fact that the Death Trooper's got a great kit, what I'm saying is Range Trooper's probably one of the cooler looking troopers in the game.
Well,
right?
and he stomps, man, and that is just way too cool.
I mean,
You
Kit
know?
Fisto looks cool too. Like he looks cool. But
Yeah,
I'm not gonna use him.
Yeah,
It's-
no.
Kit Fisto looks cool. Yeah, he's got dreadlocks.
Well,
yeah,
Gamorrean
Kit
Guard is like one of my favorite characters, and I've got him relicked up pretty good.
I'm sorry about that, Abby. I wish I'd been there to stop you.
Fisto.
I like him.
I know, but if you like him, that's all that matters.
I actually think that Range Trooper had a really good kit also at a point.
No, he does. He still has a good kid. I mean, I just used troopers tonight.
Yeah.
I used to use troopers against the C team. Now, he didn't have the ultimate, and the only reason I didn't get a full clear is because I got in the goddamn nest loop again. I mean, that's the only reason I didn't get a full clear. The troopers, even if you can't
Did you have Death Trooper in the team?
yeah, it just wouldn't. I got into the loop, man. That's the only reason I didn't get.
No. Did you Death Mark Nest?
Yeah, but it didn't. It didn't go well.
Oh, that's a slam dunk. You got a Death Mark. With
I didn't death marker. I didn't use that ability at all. Look, of course I did. I got that stupid loop again, man. I hate that loop. They need to fix that shit. That is so stupid. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh my god. But no, I mean, I think, but using I took Stark out. And went, of course you go Veer's lead, and he's still really fantastic. I still like his lead over any of the other ones, but with Piet and Gideon in there and Range and Death Trooper, I mean, I went through those guys like hot knife through butter. That team is stupid. I mean, it is really stupid, especially with the speed on Gideon. He goes.
Oh, you do
first.
need. I'm sorry, man. I thought you had Dark Trooper. No, you do need Dark Trooper though.
Right, I didn't have. I had Death
Sorry.
Trooper. Yeah, I had Death Trooper.
No,
so.
you have to use Death Trooper and Dark Trooper.
Well, we went for the kill, but for some reason when we did the death mark, right, it just didn't go, and she got into the loop, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Like I tried to time it after she got a turn, but she never takes a turn either, even without Stark in there. It's just one of those stupid things, right? You just can't do anything about it. So, I mean, that cost me a few manners, but we still got the full clear, so I'm not worried about it. But I think that team just by itself, we've seen it even before Dark Trooper came out. That team was still goddamn ridiculous. It is stupid, man. It takes out so much shit like it's nothing. It shuts down stuff, especially with Gideon, because he's so fast. You can put that shit on defense. I just did this video with Mort. You put that shit on defense, good luck. Once Gideon goes, you're in big trouble. That team, even with the AI playing it, will hose you quickly because it is so nasty. With the turn meter reduction that Gideon will do in his, because he's going to do armor shred, but it doesn't matter, man. The team's going to go fast. It's going to get the demoralize on you, and you're in big trouble. It's a nasty team, so, if you can't get Dark Trooper out of the way, you're going to be just fine. Trust me. That team's stupid.
I think that that the characters, definitely got some potential serious benefits. I'm kind of surprised that you guys are regretting, like Loki's regretting the armor. Because
I'm with him.
Yeah, she's there.
We're
Like, the
all,
only
we're
problem
all
I
there.
used her-
I was really expecting more from her from what other people were saying and how good she supposedly was, but I found it was quite a letdown, actually.
Abby, check your sound. You went really low there. Everybody else is normal, but for some reason your sound's low.
I don't know why.
There was a I mean the initial consensus from all of you guys and really anybody that I heard about the character was that it was great. right? Like the character's got a lot of
No,
benefits.
she's really good,
No.
but there's nowhere to really use her because of just how her kit is and stuff. I mean, it's just she's an unnecessary. She's nice to have, but she's unnecessary. Who said that? Good old Maurice. It's or
Yes, I mean all she does for me is just like it's like do I use armor with sea and water or not? Like that's the only role she really has on my roster. It's pretty pathetic. Like she's so like she's got a really high base speed, but she's just too slow to develop the 3 stacks. Like she's gotta take her first initial turn, unless by some miracle, I guess you could get an armor shred and then a mass assist calling her to assist, so she can have it first turn. That's ridiculous. Like that's silly. Like it's just I don't know. I'm hoping, maybe we get another Mandalorian. Maybe they do something more with the faction.
yeah.
Like it'd be nice.
The faction's
Maybe
really lacking.
Maybe we're missing a piece.
We're
perhaps.
missing Bo-Katan in the rest, and I think once those come in, maybe that'll make her shine like we've never seen before. But right now, yeah, I've just been GACs. So I just like, you know what? I didn't use armor again. She's just sitting there, a rolling 5 character, and was like, God damn it, like Jesus.
Well, like even if they did something like make Gar Saxon's leadership apply to Empire or Mandalorian, like just any of the existing characters, if they do something for their specific faction, just include the Mandalorian tag in it, switch it to Mandalorian, something like Gar Saxon's leadership wouldn't be great, but I mean it'd be okay if you could use it with the armor and Mando, and some of these other Mandalorian characters. Like it's something simple like that, just like a little touch up of the existing characters would be good.
My issue with her too is she always gets stunned or ability blocked.
Yes,
Yeah.
God bless, man. Yes.
That's the issue.
Right.
I had like
That's the freaking
180%.
issue, man.
Yeah. Greater 180%. She was still getting ability blocks, stunned. It's like shit.
Hey, you can't do anything with her.
Turn meter removed. It's like, man, stop this. It's just
I had her on my JML arena team for a little while. And she was great in putting her buff on JML, and that pretty much made him practically invincible. But I took her off quickly because it just became more of a liability down the road.
Makes sense.
I blame Finn.
But you
Well,
always,
yeah, that's what I was going to say. We got to blame Finn for that. So, yeah, that sounds good.
The other issue with her too is she's not a scoundrel. That's the issue.
Yeah. That hurts too.
Oh man, yeah. If she was
has
a
no
scoundrel,
synergy. Yeah. She has little to no synergy, and all the Mandalorians are poop with her. Because you don't want to pull bounty hunters in with her because they won't get the payout.
right?
Like, there's no. So I mean, you can't throw bounty hunters with her, and there's all the Mandalorians are poop, and then, Bam I think has a better leader than hers. It's yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, as much as we all want Bo-Katan, she's got to be a scoundrel, or she's got to be something that's already established in the game. If they make her Night Owl and Mandalorian, she's going to be just as bad as the armor.
Well, it depends on her kit too, though.
I don't care, man. She has no synergy.
yeah. Let me
And
back
then
up
you're
my
pulling
armor.
from the bounty hunter team. What, you're going to pull Mando and you're going to pull Django? I'm not going to pull those characters from my bounty hunter team. No way.
Nah.
Let me get that super commando.
Yeah, super pooper trooper coming in to save the day.
It's really bad. So then I'm worried that they release the entire Night Owl faction or something, right? So now you got to farm like 4 dudes, 4 tunes, all at the same time. They did that with Sith. They remember they did that with the Sith Empire. Yeah. They released like assassin, trooper, like all at the same time, right? And then it all led up to Nihilus and all that, and then they converted it over to Sith Empire, right? But I remember when they did that, it was just like one Sith after another to make a team, and then and that's what I feel like if they release Bo-Katan. What's your team, right? It's gonna be what, Bo-Katan and what Candyman and Trooper and Gar Saxon and armor. Like, I mean, it sounds awful, man.
yeah, it does. It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Because they don't work now with her. So I mean, it's kind of like, and what are they gonna do? They're gonna assist a bunch. I mean, it's like, I hope they come up with some kind of cool synergy. Like, I mean, what do the Mandos do, right? I mean, it's like, what did she say in season 2? It's the Mandalorians work better together. So I mean,
This is the way.
I don't know. It's just gonna be Mon Mothma Mandalorians. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of what I feel like right now. But her kit's got to be good, man, for that kind of character to come out, and she's got to have a lot of synergy. It's the only way she's gonna work.
Well, they need a tank. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Right.
I think she's a badass, but she doesn't remind me.
No,
of a
yeah,
tank,
Bo-Katan as a tank would be silly.
We need that Mandalorian that had the goddamn Gatling gun as a tank. You know, like
they need to reskin Baze as that heavy Mandalorian tank or something.
Give us that shit, boy.
It's not that hard, you know, but
this is the
Yep.
way.
yeah.
This is the way. This is the way.
Oh, I was gonna throw something out to you guys. What do you guys feel if you know, with normal being the Razor Crest and then hard being Bo-Katan shards? And you had to pick.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Don't do that. That'd be just
Oh,
that'd
man,
be diarrhea.
Oh man, I'd slap you, Loki.
I'm going hard. I don't care.
I'll go for Bo-Katan first, but I'll be pissed, man. Be like, seriously?
They can keep a ship. Fuck a ship.
Yeah,
I
seriously.
don't care about
Yeah.
But regardless though, what if in normal and hard you had to pick a pathway and the Jawa scavenger on the upper path had the Bo-Katan shards and the scavenger at the bottom path had the Razor Crest shards?
I think it would be awesome.
You know?
They're just make a pick.
I'd probably take like 3 days to figure out which one I would want.
Well, then it'd be cool because half of the player base, let's say, would have an advantage in ships. The other half would have an extra team, right? So like it'd be interesting to see which path people went, and like ultimately after 3-4 months of experimentation, we realized like, yeah, you guys, Razor Crest awesome, everybody go top. Bo-Katan sucks, you know, something like that. So it'd be cool to see what people did. I'd like to see like if I went Razor Crest and Loki, you went Bo-Katan, it'd be very interesting to see what you did with her, right? So when I'm ready to get her, I'm like, yes, this is how I should build her. I mean, maybe I don't need the gear right away, you know, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Yeah. So like you were joking about the Mandalorians being awful team. Yeah, they're pretty. There's nothing there. I mean, they need some love.
I don't know what they need, man. They need some new mechanic, or they need
a taunt.
It's cute. It's cute if they all assist, but I mean, how many teams do we have that just mass assist all the time? You know,
Yeah.
like,
right.
And then Trey is basically going to kill him if you do that, right? Like, I mean, it's I see a Bo-Katan Mando team. Oh, Trey at it, and it's over. You know, like they need to make something new with her, and I hope they do it. You know, I don't want her to turn out to be an armor or Cara Dune, or, you know, or like some kind of just sea tune. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Yeah. Well, it was kind of like
good, man.
It was kind of like the Sith Empire. You know, we were like struggling trying to figure out what to put together with it. And I remember on the stream, I'm like, okay, there's one character that they absolutely need to be able to complete this team, and it was a tank. And I said, you know, they've got to have like a tank on here. And of course, then Mallet came out, and that's what synergized the whole Darth Revan team to be able to put it together instead of struggling to put crap tunes and trying to figure out how it worked. So, you know, I'm hoping that this will be the case too, in which they will find that character or give us that character that synergizes the whole Mando faction to make it viable instead of wishy-washy C team that look cool and stuff, but they're basically worthless in most every aspect.
Yeah. Understood.
Well, we probably get the character though before we go to bananas. Like,
we should probably try this character out first before we go ahead and go down. Yeah, I agree. That's funny. We're gonna wrap up the stream soon here, guys. We're just gonna do about an hour today because of circumstances, obviously, and I know I know some of these lovely people do have to do their lives. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into the Q&A segment. So if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, I know there wasn't a lot of chat today, but if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, type it into the chat now while we discuss and talk before we wrap the stream up. So.
Well, let's say a question from Michael Yen. She says, are we going to get more Old Republic characters? Not anytime soon. Could get surprised by that, but I don't think they're coming. I don't think we're going to need more Old Republic for a bit.
I think they want to exhaust their other factions first before they might go back to some of the others.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, we definitely can get Old Republic characters. I don't think it's going to be something that happens right away. I think that there was an era for that, and we had like some tremendous amounts of Old Republic characters. I mean, they basically dedicated a year to the Old Republic, which is, I mean, fantastic, right? I mean, it was beyond expectations. You know what I mean? Like, I was like surprised when they first showed that teaser of Revan, the Jedi Knight Revan. I mean, wow. You know, I had a full erection as soon as I saw the Jedi Knight Revan trailer.
Okay.
You know, and then they had the the Darth Revan, and then you're like, wow, okay, so Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, great. You know, two characters you've been waiting for 3 years to finally come to the game, and then they did they even added Darth Malak, you know, and then they had all these other characters. I mean, it's just the amount of time that they spent in that era. I'm not saying they're not going to do it again, but I think it'll be it'll be another like trend. Maybe when they circle back around, maybe they'll do like Darth Malgus or something like that. You know, they'll do somebody interesting from there. But that'd be interesting. Maybe they do the Eternal Twins, Ranger. Maybe they do the Eternal Twins.
Maybe you'll swallow battery acid by mistake. I don't know. These things happen.
Maybe they'll do them. But
all right. Let's see. Kenpachi 1017. Did you guys talk about Grogu being missing from the game? No, we have not. I think that's part of the event. That's not a visual bug. I'm convinced that that's intentional.
Oh, zero chance. Yeah. He is still on Ozzy 11 though, which is interesting. But
I think it has to do with season 2 and everything like that. So yeah, I think it's going to get tied in.
Well, because he mysteriously disappeared like the same day Dark Trooper was released.
I know, and I was like, okay. First, I thought, well, maybe it is a visual bug because I've been getting a lot of visual bugs. We haven't talked about that. All the visual bugs that are in the game right now. What a pain in the goddamn ass those are. Good Lord, just awful.
What kind of visual bugs are you getting?
Well, you know, like you go to slice a mod and you can't see any of the materials you have because you can't see the
bad.
goddamn materials you have. You know,
And
or
that
when,
is annoying.
when you go to Conquest and you want to read the feats and you can't because the feats are so dark you can't read what the damn words are. You know, little things like that. You know,
just things like seeing the game when you're playing. Just,
being able to see what you need to do. You know, I think that should be considered important.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. You know, I'm not trying.
You're crazy. I'm telling you.
I know. I'm not trying to daredevil play this game. I'm trying to actually, you know.
just basic things like seeing the game that you're playing. Just, like those things are important.
Sure. Just throw that out there. Colin Anderson, if you've never welled on a character, would you on a Dark Trooper? So if you've never welled on a character, would you well on Dark Trooper?
Because of the price hike, I would say no. If they kept the price at the same number that was there before, like with the $150 range, I would say absolutely.
If it was $150, I would have already done it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hands down. If it had been in that like it was before, I would have welled on Dark Trooper. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Mm-hmm.
I probably will
have
have
said
to
it
still,
at the beginning too. Good old Maurice said, if you don't have the other pieces, then there's no point wailing on him because you have him alone, not good.
Yeah, standalone value is 0.
Yeah, you need the other.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me think.
But that's interesting. Let me see real quick.
All right. Colin Anderson says Darth Revan plus Janet Revan equals Revan Reborn. Oh, if we could only get the true Revan one day, our Lord and Savior, and would be wonderful.
That would be good.
SD Joe says, great show as always, Remon. Always look forward to this on Sunday night. There you go.
Thank you so much, SD Joe. That's awesome. Colin Anderson, thanks for chiming in. Ken Pachi, thanks for chiming in. Mike Yench, as always, thank you. Jedi Training Bogus, what's up? Minato, hope everybody's doing okay.
Just looking at my armor and just feeling bleh.
All right. Now, lastly, I wanted to ask you guys, overall, what are your guys' thoughts on the most recent releases? I mean, are you guys happy with CG right now? Or are you not happy with CG right now? I know our Ranger feels he was pretty ecstatic earlier, but overall, I mean, are you guys happy with the state of the game at the moment? You guys put a lot of time in. I mean, I know that, Maurice definitely puts his time in, just viewing his roster, recording videos, things like that. I mean, I know that Loki does, Ranger, all you guys do. So just curious. I mean, right now with the demand, with the additional content, right? Because you are already, busy as it is, trying to do challenges, events, doing your Galactic War, doing your game modes. I mean, do you feel like it's overwhelming at the moment? Do you feel like the state of the game is good or bad?
I think it's in a great spot.
I like it. Yeah. Well, for those with one account, I like it. Anybody with more than one account.
I was going to let you guys chime in first on that.
Yeah, it's not a dig at all. Just
no, absolutely. I just wanted you guys to respond first before I said, depends.
Yeah, like for the most part, the people I've heard the biggest gripes from concerning Conquest are those with multiple accounts. Like I know Zareth didn't seem too hot on it, or Solo the other night when they were doing their podcast, and they have multiple accounts. I think Zareth had 3, Solo's got 2, and like regular accounts. Like they're not just like the casual log in, get my Zetas, log out, like they do the Grand Arenas with them. They're
right, yeah.
Semi-competitive guilds. Zareth is in SC Nova, so it's a real competitive guild. So it's that's I like it personally because I have one account, I guess.
Yeah, I've got like 3 main accounts and 3 regular accounts and then 1 ticket alt. Ticket alt, I don't care. That's just collecting the stuff per day. That's no big deal. But yeah, the other ones are just it's tough. And it's a lot of work to keep all of them up. And I mean, granted, when I don't know, a few years ago, I used to have 10 accounts. And then I whittled down to like 7. And in the last 8 months, I think it is, I've whittled it down to 3 basic accounts.
I remember those days when you had like a ridiculous accounts. Like giving away to people. Yeah, it was crazy. I remember.
People would just
People would reach out to me and go, "Oh, you know where I could get an account?" I'm like, "Listen, I'm getting here for me. Like, reach out to Abby on Discord. She may be able to help you out." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah.
But
I think that's all the questions and stuff.
I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. We got a nice show in, very interesting topics. Again, we missed last week's show, so we were able to kind of discuss the topics from both weeks here. What's going on with RSG this week?
Same old. It'll be a quieter week. GAC will be coming to an end, so we'll get the week break. So I'll do the lunch streams. We'll have the Wednesday stream, the Saturday stream with Jedi Academy, which is a lot of fun. What else is going on this week? A lot. I'll do the GA Center with Nev on the Skate Podcast on Tuesdays. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening, so we'll see how it plays out. So I'll be streaming as much as I can. Loki will be streaming when when GAC is going. When are you doing your GAC? Right after this, Loki?
Yeah, probably.
You fool! Well, I know where I'll be after this stream. I'll be hanging out with stupid Loki. God damn it! Oh, I thought I was gonna go to bed. I thought wrong. All right. So we'll do that. We'll get Loki's GAC in. Okay. But yeah, you can check us all out there.
Excellent. And what's going on with OM this week? Gami, you guys got anything going on with Metaverse?
I'll be streaming on Twitch Monday, Wednesday nights, 10:15ish, and then Saturday afternoon around 2. And then over on YouTube, we got the long-running Thursday night Galaxy's Edge live stream at 10:30 with TMoney, as always.
Excellent. And Abby, have you gotten into Boba's Alliance podcast anymore, or are you still kind of taking it easy with that right now?
Taking it easy with that right now, but right now I'm doing some streams with some old gamer friends with some of the other games that I play. So I'm just kind of having fun with that right now.
Have fun. Do what you love. Just do it.
I will. Yes.
Enjoy yourself.
Got to reduce that stress.
Yeah, for sure. And Loki is part of the RSG crew, so he'll be there as well. But as far as that goes, I really appreciate everybody contributing today. Again, we had great discussion. A lot of very interesting topics. A lot of news to talk about today. Unlike some weeks prior where there was relatively nothing to speak of. This time we've got a whole bunch of data to talk about new character, new game mode, lots of things. So a lot of fun. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their weekend. I'll be back here next Sunday. Hopefully I'll get my PC fixed by then.
Yay.
I don't know. It looks pretty bad. I gotta tell you, the sound's pretty bad. It sounds like it's going to be a motherboard. I hope not. I hope it's not like a
mother.
But I'm going to try to reach out to Dell. I think there was an update recently that Abby told me it may have screwed up the PC. So I'll see if I can get that fixed with customer service. But either way, we'll be back next week. So I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their week. Thank you guys for coming out. It was a lot of fun. May the force be with you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. Thank you, everybody.